everyone, it's Sarah from pinkcricket.com, and the other day I asked if you would want to see a tutorial on either a paper ornament that I did or this antibacterial holder. So what we've decided is that we're going to do the antibacterial holder, and I'm in my new studio today, but my setup is kind of wonky because I didn't really want to be in the camera this evening. So anyways, I didn't feel like getting out of my sweatpants and my t-shirt. So anyway, so that's the whole deal of that. But I did promise that I would do a tutorial on this cute antibacterial holder, and what it holds are those cute tiny like pocket backs that you get at Bath and Body Works, and they just slip inside and the lid comes out the hole. So they're super cute, and we're gonna make one tonight. Okay, or today, whenever you're watching this, we're gonna make one. So what you'll need is some regular cardstock, and you'll need some patterned cardstock, and then whatever you want to decorate it. So if you want ribbon or rhinestones, anything like fancy like that. What I'll be using is the Christmas and Winter cardstock stack from DCWV, and you can pick this one up at Joann's. It's brand new this season. And then I'll be using patterned cardstock from the Winter Holiday collection from DCWV, and this one is found at Michael's. So this one has really fun glitter and like shiny papers in it. Anyhow, okay, so that's what I'll be using. And I'll be using some stamps and, you know, my ATG, and that's it. So if you want to get your stuff now and do it with me, that'd be great. If not, you can save this and write down the score lines and the cut lines so you can make it later. And we're gonna go ahead and score this. We're gonna go ahead and cut this at 9.5 by 2.5. So it's already 9.5. And there's our 2.5. And then we're going to move this cutting blade out of the way. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our scoring. And we're going to score in 3 spots. We're going to score at 1.25. I promise next time I will be in the video and I'll actually do a really nice video for you guys. But today, it's kind of like upside down in whichever way. And then we're going to score at 4.75. Okay, and then we're going to score at 6 inches. I still have that piece of paper stuck to me. It's like the paper that won't go away. And you can take out your regular scoring tool for this if you want, but since my score is on here, I just find it easier to kind of do it while I'm cutting. Okay, then I'm just going to fold on all those lines. And this is what we have. It's kind of like a matchbook almost, but with a bottom. Okay, next piece. Same cardstock, you don't even have to get a new sheet out really, and you're gonna cut this one at 2.5 by 5.25. So I'm gonna do my 2.5 first, and 5.25. Okay, and then after you've done that, you're gonna do your scoring, and again we're gonna score in 3 spots. The first one is at 1/2 inch. If you guys are interested in this, the cutter that I'm using, it's a Westcott Trim Air, and it works really nice to do both scoring and cutting. And then 1.75, sometimes I get that question on my YouTube videos. And then 4 inches. So, and then you're gonna fold on all those lines. Okay? And you'll notice that you have this little tiny one. Okay, so with this little piece, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to punch a hole. And the best punch to use is 3/4 inch. I don't have a 3/4 inch circle punch for some unknown reason. I have a 5/8 inch, which is kind of weird because it's a weird size, right? But that's what I have, so I'm just going to have to like doctor it up a little bit, and I'll just punch it more than once. So anyway, the part you're going to punch is the part that is right after this little tiny score line. So you have this itty bitty one, you're gonna punch on the next section, okay? And you just wanna try to get it in the center the best you can, okay? And since mine is too small, like I said, my lid won't fit in there, because just like barely. So all I'm gonna do, and if you don't wanna run out to the store and get a special punch, which I probably will eventually, I'm not gonna lie. But at this point in time, I'm not running out at 9 o'clock at night or whatever time it is, because I'd rather watch Law & Order SVU this evening. So I'm being really honest. So I'm just gonna like make little like moon cuts around the original circle until it's big enough so that, and I'm just gonna give it a try and make sure before so it needs like one more. That's it. Like nothing super fancy, but like no one would even notice probably, you know, because the lid's gonna take up the room anyway. Okay. Perfect. All right, now that I know my hole's big enough, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to adhere this little piece to this big piece. All right, and the pieces that go together are actually the pieces that are the same. So they are both on the end and they both measure the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and on the long piece, I'm gonna put a ton of adhesive right on this like little section. And then I'm gonna lay this one on top. It's like we're extending the paper. So after that, you're gonna go ahead and you're going to adhere this tiny little piece, like fold it up and around, and you're gonna adhere that inside here. Okay, so it makes like a little box. So you can like get out your like fancy like score tape or red line tape that's like super sticky if you're afraid that it's gonna come apart. But really it shouldn't, it's not like holding like heavy like candy or something, so you shouldn't have any problems, just besides getting it straight. Okay, so that's what you have. And then your little hand sanitizer will slip right in here. I should have put it in there first, but just like that. Okay, so then it just fits in the side. I actually use this hand sanitizer, so it's not new. I won't give it to anyone, I promise. So that's it. So now we're just gonna decorate our cute little box. Okay, so we're gonna grab our pattern paper and our cutter again. We'll leave this right here so we can just look at it. And I am gonna use this Christmas tree paper because it's beautiful. And it has glitter and it's shiny and it's pretty. Okay, so I just want to make sure that the trees are going to be facing the right direction because I don't want them to like sideways because that would be weird. So I'm going to cut it at 2 1/4. Move my score tool out of the way. I'm so lazy, I never cut off like the top part or like make sure that I peel it off. I just start cutting and then we just go with it. So it never quite like fits in my paper cutter, but we just make it work. And then 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. I think I told you, I don't know if I said that already or not. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this at 3 1/4. And since my cutter didn't go all the way to the bottom because I told you I just put it in there big, I'm gonna trim that little piece. And that's it, we have our little front piece. Okay, but we're not done. We want something pretty on the inside, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that piece too. And it needs to be 2 1/4 also, so I'm going to use the same piece of paper, but it only needs to be 2 inches. So, oh, these pretty trees. Okay, and that's going to go on the inside. So let's go ahead and let's glue this up. Tape it up, glue it up, whatever you want to do with it. Get it sticky. All right, so then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this on the front, just like that. I wanted to use like pink paper because there's pink in this. It's like Christmassy and pink, which reminds me that Hobby Lobby has amazing like, and lots of like pink Christmas wrapping paper, like beautiful pink Christmas wrapping paper. Like not even like, you know, like I just have a baby pink paper. It's like awesome. And so I think I'm gonna convince my husband that we need an all pink Christmas tree this year. Like not the branches, but like all the decorations, and then we can wrap all of our presents in pink. But we will see what he really thinks about that. I have a feeling I'm gonna get overruled. All right, so now that we've done that, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna decorate our little box a little more. And I think we'll just use some more blue paper and some stamps. The first stamp we're going to use is Everyday Banners, and it is by Pink by Design. As I was talking about all the pretty pink on that, I'm going to use pink ink. All right, and then I'm using Everyday Banners, which just has this cute banner that has like a stitch line, and then you can fit all kinds of sentiments on the inside of it. So I'm going to go ahead, I think this piece is big enough actually. We'll just use our scraps here. And I'm going to stamp that, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my sentiment. Put this to the side. Actually, I put it back on my thing. And the sentiment we're going to use says Merry Christmas, because we'll think, you know, this could be for a Christmas gift. And this Merry Christmas sentiment is actually from the Black Friday stamp set, also by Pink by Design. So we're going to go ahead and cut this out. Super easy to cut out little banners, because especially when they're drawn for you by a stamp. So you just follow the lines like you're in kindergarten again, kind of. As long as you haven't had too much coffee, you should be able to follow straight lines. I don't know. Okay. I haven't had any coffee today, so. La da da. Who's seriously ready for Christmas, though? Like, I'm told, my son, he's been making us watch the Elf on a Shelf movie because he's so ready for Christmas. He's ready to, like, get the elf here. So, anyhow. All right, so we're going to go ahead and adhere this to the front. And you can see how these could be quick and easy and inexpensive but sweet gifts to give, like, your neighbors or bus drivers or teachers or kids that you know, like whoever. And you could decorate however you want, of course. You could add ribbon and get super fancy. But that's it. Here's that one. I like them. I think they're cute. And I think, who doesn't need antibacterial? So, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time, and hopefully it won't be so long. Thanks, guys.